In Nanjing, China, a camera captured the moment a crane working on the 23rd floor suddenly lost its balance. The long structure, stretching dozens of meters, tilted down and then came crashing onto the street. Down below, a man in a black shirt was standing near a pile of materials, still looking at his phone. When he noticed the movement above, he immediately ducked down and squeezed into a gap between the stacks of material. Just a split second later, the crane came down right in that exact spot. The loud crash sent people into panic. Fortunately, no one was hurt. A shocking moment was captured when a garbage truck suddenly exploded while operating in Ohio. Pressure from the truck's compactor system triggered the explosion from an oxygen tank that had been thrown inside. The blast blew the rear door off and sent trash flying all across the road. It happened just seconds after two workers had moved away from the back of the truck. Debris was thrown a long distance, damaging the surrounding area and a nearby house. Fortunately, no one was hurt. In Chhattisgarh state, India, a camera captured the moment an explosives factory suddenly exploded on the morning of the 25th of May, 2024. A huge blast rang out, shaking the ground, and a column of smoke rose into the sky within just a few seconds. The explosion happened while many workers were still inside, causing serious damage in the factory area. Rescue teams were quickly sent in to search for people trapped in the wreckage. Early reports said there were casualties and several people were missing. Authorities have opened an investigation into the cause. In Istanbul, Turkey, a camera captured the moment a retaining wall around an excavation pit suddenly gave way after days of heavy rain. Water and soil poured out and quickly eroded the foundation of the area next to it. An excavator was brought in to deal with the situation, but it couldn't get things under control. Just a few seconds later, the foundation under the apartment building started to collapse. The entire building lost its support and fell straight into the excavation pit. The scene was left heavily destroyed. Fortunately, the residents had already been evacuated before it happened. A shocking moment was caught on camera when a huge explosion suddenly happened in the grain tower area at Derinsport. In just an instant, the force of the blast sent dust and material flying into the air, damaging a series of storage towers nearby. The scene quickly turned chaotic as multiple structures were seriously affected. Smoke and dust covered the entire area within seconds. Rescue teams were urgently deployed as many people were injured. The cause is still under investigation. A dangerous moment was captured when powerful wind gusts suddenly hit a construction site in Pulwama. In just an instant, the entire roof was ripped apart and collapsed, sending sheets of metal and other materials crashing down below. The scene turned chaotic immediately, before the workers even had time to react. The force of the wind was so strong that the structure couldn't hold, leading to the complete collapse of the roof section. As a result, several people were trapped. One person was killed and others were injured. Rescue crews quickly arrived at the scene. A tense moment was captured when a 4-story building in Istanbul was left leaning dangerously after its foundation was severely eroded. Days of heavy rain, along with excavation work next door, caused the retaining wall to collapse and left the ground underneath hollowed out. In a short amount of time, the entire building lost its support and collapsed completely. The collapse happened fast and left the area heavily destroyed. Fortunately, the residents were evacuated in time and no casualties were reported. In Henan, China, a camera captured the moment an aluminium factory suddenly exploded after floodwater rushed into the area. Before that, the rising river had already broken through the factory wall, forcing the facility to cut power and evacuate the workers. Then, when the water reached the high-temperature alloy tank area, a huge explosion happened, sending up a fireball and a massive column of smoke. The sky over the area quickly changed color because of the blast. Luckily, no casualties were reported and the incident is now under safety inspection.